5 questions to you, or maybe 4. I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah.
Question number 1. Does a winner wear a crown? That is, how do you spot one? How do you spot
Yeah, I think I think it's really difficult. So as you know, I'm a real advocate of soft change. The idea of the change manager working in the background to influence change, to help other people shine. And so I think from that perspective, it's more difficult to for those people to highlight what they've done, because they've done so much. They've created lots of little streams of activity. So I think from that perspective, it's difficult. The only thing which set against that is the fact that you've chosen a fantastic team of judges. And those people are really dedicated to figuring out the subtext, what's going on behind the case study. So I'm confident that their dedicated approach and the kind of the methodology in the background, the marking methodology, is a good way. We're fairly good at picking those people who are outstanding. I'm confident that that's the case.
Well, it comes from the mouth of the head judge 2023. So hey, that's the confidence we need. All right, okay. So changing subject slightly. So I did this really short mini survey on LinkedIn. There were 3 questions, and one of the questions was around applications. And I was really surprised to learn that 15% of people don't think, and I quote, that they are good enough to apply. So what is your advice to them?
Apply. I the critical thing for me is that when we designed the initial process last year, it was designed as a reflective process. So the application process is reflective by design. So my sense is, fill in the application form, discuss it with a colleague or a client. So use that as a means to discuss. My bet is that they will feel really valued from that discussion. And so they'll get something out of reflecting and completing the application form. They'll get something out of having the conversation about what they've written, and they'll get some reflective glory from the other person, who will probably see things that they're not seeing.
Yes.
And then they've got an application form. It's free to apply. So why not just send it in?
I like that.
That would
Why
be even nice.
why not? Why not just send it in? I love that. Okay, so in this is a challenging question, David, for you, because when I like to talk long hours. In 30 seconds, what is the future of change management?
I think I think that I would like to think that we are moving towards human-centric organizations. So although we've got AI, and I think AI is inevitable and it will affect organizations. But I think one of the effects will be that we'll value the people to a greater extent than we do now. And I think that where today we need change managers because organizations are not very good at marshalling change, in 10 or 15 years' time, we'll be better at it, and we'll be involving people in decisions to a much greater extent. And so those change managers in organizations today will become the natural candidates for CHRO positions and CEO roles in the future. And it'll just be part of what organizations do, which I think is great.
Will be inhaled internally within the culture and I suppose the mindset. All right, okay. And the last question is, Why do you support the change awards?
That's easy. This is about shining a light on unsung heroes, and I think that change managers are people who work in the background. If they do a great job, then somebody else will get the credit. And mostly, my experience with change managers is they accept that as part of the role. And change awards is a great way for those people to get some credit.